You, I'm just loving life, and I'm loving books, and I'm loving literature. Hey, hi, hello, how are you? I'm Pia. Today I'm going to be reading books recommended to me by TikTok. Only books that I see on the evil app. I don't use TikTok, fun fact. I was kind of into it in like 2022, I think, but I'm just like so much more of a Reels gal. Like I just love Reels. But like I'm really like happy that I'm not a TikTok person because I feel like, or I've heard that it like sucks up a lot of people's time and energy, and like I'm just glad that I don't experience that. I do know it is where the book girlies are primarily. I feel like Bookstagram is kind of like secondary, and then like BookTube is like last place. But used to be first place back in the day. I'm looking to read some books that I maybe haven't heard of, maybe I have seen like on Bookstagram but I haven't just gotten to, or books that I just generally wouldn't read otherwise. So let's see what's popular on BookTok. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to like, I don't really have a system. I was gonna think of a system and then I was like, no. I am going to like definitely take into account like books I see more than once, like books I see reappearing, and if I've read the books, I won't. So last time I was on BookTok, last time I did this video, which was again in like 2022, I read The Inheritance Games and Song of Achilles. I'm trying to think what else. The only like BookTok books that I can think of are like ACOTAR or like Bunny. I don't know if those are still popular. I have no idea. So let's open the TikTok app. I do still have it on my phone even though I never use it. I have to be so real. I don't think I have the right algorithm anymore because I genuinely haven't used this app in years. So the smuttiest books I've ever read is the first TikTok I see, which if you know anything about me is not anything I'm interested in. What about this one? Books that I thought were 5 stars. And books that were 5 stars. Oh, Powerless I think is one I've heard of. Books that were 5 stars. The Naturals. Oh, The Naturals is one I actually want to read. I've read a lot of these books. Divine Rivals I really should read. I really should read. Let's see. Is there just like my favorite books, or like what are the vibes? Like what is this book? Oh, Better Than the Movies. I've read that. It's funny, I've done a lot of these types of videos on Reels, which is so funny. Archer's Voice. I've heard of that. I've heard of that series. Oh, they're all romance books. See, the thing is, I don't really want to read a romance book right now. The Mindfuck series, that sounds interesting to me. Popular BookTok. Oh, this is exactly what I need to know. I need to know what's popular. What's popping on here? I am so far like not really seeing a lot of the same books. Okay, here's the thing. I fear that TikTok content is no longer short form content. And so I'm just like, this is not getting me as fast paced of content as I want it to be. I feel like Reels has become what I thought what BookTok used to do. And now like TikTok and BookTok are like longer form content. Why is this so long? The Nightingale I've read. Six of Crows I haven't read. Where the Crawdads Sing I have read. The Silent Patient, I don't like thrillers. House on the Cerulean Sea I've read. The Kite Runner, ooh, that feels like school book to me. No, I just want like I've seen this, okay. Some of these have made it to Reels, I feel. Okay, I just want like the book stack ones where you just show me a book. Show me a book cover and I will figure it out. Okay, Girl in Pieces, The Way I Used to Be, I've read that. Is this all like sad YA? Like what is, yeah, this is all like sad YA. How Visible I own somewhere. Do I have books here? No. What's the worst book you read because of BookTok? Maybe I should read this. Show me. Things We Never Got Over. I don't want to read a romance book. Is that all BookTok is? Is it just romance? I hate this. Wait, I actually actively hate this. Okay, Archer's Voice again. But I don't want to read a romance book. I'm really not seeing a lot of exciting things going on BookTok right now. There's still Colleen Hoover. Colleen Hoover has still... Okay, I've seen this book twice. What is this book called? If He Had... I think it's a romance book though. It looks romance book. Okay, I'm seeing If We Were Villains. Not If We Were Villains. I am seeing that, but I'm seeing If We Were Liars. Is that what it's called? I'm seeing that a lot, which is such an old book, but it seems to have a resurgence. So I'm thinking we put that on the TBR, If We Were Liars. Is that what it's called? Am I making this title up? I have no idea. Okay, I just saw Verity twice in a row, which I'm not reading a Colleen Hoover book, so I'm not seeing this book. Literally, the whole reason I bought this book is because I thought someone would show this book. No one's showing this book. Fuck me. Crime, oh, this is crazy. Oh, this is crazy. Crime and Punishment. Okay. There's like someone mowing their lawn outside. Can you hear it? I don't know. I'm not reading it. It's like I simply am not reading that book. So here's the thing. I thought my year of rest and relaxation would be on here because I see this on like BookTube and Bookstagram all the time. And I was like, oh, of course it's also on BookTok. It's not. And I was gonna read this for this video. So I need to find one TikTok where they mention this book so that I can have a justification to read it for this video. And I can't fucking find one. I'm still going. I'm still looking. I could read Mame. I actually really want to read that book. I almost got it from my library. Okay, I have to read this book. If he had been with me. Remember how I saw Divine Rivals a couple of times? Well, I forgot I actually have the loan of the audiobook from my library. It expires in 8 hours, and I think I can read this in 8 hours. Can I? We'll see. So I just downloaded the ebook. Here we have her. And I'm gonna start reading it. I've been recommended this book many a time, and I hate the cover, but I will read it, and I'm gonna read it right the heck now, so. The walls are so bare. Anyway, hi friends. Fun fact, I did finish a book today. First day of the vlog, first book finished. Yes. I read Divine Rivals. I got it done before my loan expired, which was fantastic. I'm gonna give this book a 4 out of 5 stars, which is like my rating for everything. But I have to say, like, my 4 out of 5 stars means it was like really good, but it wasn't like perfect or like an all-time favorite. And that's how I felt. That's how I felt about this book. I liked it a lot. I really enjoyed it. I did, however, find the like magic aspects to be lacking for me. Not that I particularly needed it to be a super magical story, but I just felt that it needed to like justify its being a fantasy book or being a light fantasy book by having a little bit more of that sprinkled in. So I just would have liked to see that more infused in the story. I've heard not great things about the second book, so I'm not sure like how those things are dealt with, but like generally like the plot and the romance I really did enjoy. I thought the romance was so great. I really love like hidden identity. The whole like passing letters back and forth and not knowing the person who you're talking to is like just very lovely to me. I just always like that trope. So I really like that. And like the rivals to lovers, like I got that they were rivals, but I was like we know you're in love with each other. Like, let's just like get it together. So I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I'm going to read is My Year of Rest and Relaxation, because even though I didn't see this on TikTok, I am confident that it is somewhere in there and I just missed it. And I just wanted to read this book for this vlog. I wanted to read this book. I was doing this vlog and I was like, it worked out, not necessarily, but I'm putting it in anyway. I don't care. So I'm gonna read this book next. I'm really excited because it's the only other full-length novel by Atessa Moshfegh that I have not read, and I bought it a month ago and it's just been sitting on my shelf, hasn't it? But I do have the audiobook up from my library, and do you know how much I love an audiobook and a physical book reading experience? It is my absolute favorite thing in the world. So I'm really excited about it. This is like most people's favorite Atessa Moshfegh, which it's got some big shoes to fill with Death in Her Hands because I love that book. So we shall see if I like it, if I enjoy it more or less than the other books I've read by her. Yeah, so that's the reading. That's what's going on. I made blueberry muffins. They were delish. I have doctor's appointments tomorrow. I'm getting my foot checked out. Very exciting. I sprained my foot, or what I think is a sprain, like 3 weeks ago, and like it has not healed. We're gonna see what that's all about. Basically, when I'm home, all I do is read and go to doctor's appointments. And that's like the really fun and funky fresh life that I lead. So that's what we're doing this week. I just lost my page. Well, shit. Hi friends, it is clearly the next day. I didn't want to update yesterday because I didn't really do much besides read and edit. But today is a very different day because if you didn't know, today is May 16th, and if you don't celebrate Bridgerton season 3 day, what are you doing? I'm very excited. I have a doctor's appointment this morning, and I'm gonna go to that, and then I'm gonna come home, get high, watch the first half of season 3, give you my thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and then I'll probably rewatch like the first 2 episodes with my parents because I must binge them, but they have to watch them slowly, so like I need to be able to do both. Anywho, I wanted to also finish my book before I did that, so I finished My Year of Rest and Relaxation, and I didn't give you like a synopsis or anything about this book, so let me tell you about this book. This book is like, to me, the definition of ennui. Is that right? Like the French thing, that French like term, you know, I only think of Gilmore Girls when I think of that. I have ennui. Again, like in a Tessa Moshfegh, so it doesn't really have a plot, but it's about a woman who is very privileged and she decides that she's unhappy with her life and she wants to take a year off and just like sleep as much as humanly possible. In order to do that, she gets a lot of drugs, she experiences a lot of sleep, and it's kind of just about her and her quest to do this, as well as just like her personal relationships and things that she's going through and has gone through in her life. I really enjoyed this book. The only thing I'd heard about this book is that like the protagonist is really unlikable, and this is also not the protagonist. I keep pointing at her like that's the bitch. It's not. Wait, does she have a name? Wait, does she not have a name? She maybe doesn't have a name, and that's actually kind of iconic because I just finished this book and then I was like, wait, what was her name? I don't think she has a name, but she has blonde hair, so this is definitely not her. I didn't find her unlikable. Like I was kind of like, I definitely like sympathized with her because like I would love to have a year off. I would love to just do nothing but sleep for a year. Like I physically can't because I am such a like workaholic. Like I love working and that's just me. Like I feel like I'm on that grind always, but this is like my dream. Like in my heart of hearts, I would love to like just sleep for a year, and that sounds really exciting to me as someone who works a lot and has always been working. But no problems with this main character. Like I feel like I guess she can be hard to sympathize with because she's super privileged. She's like well off. She has the means to take a year off and do nothing. She's skinny, she's pretty, she's like whatever, like so she's like she's set up for success. They talk about pretty privilege and they talk about growing up well off, and like if you don't like that, then maybe you won't like the main character, but like that just is her character. And I really liked this. I really liked the just like laying on the couch all day and watching movies. Like I felt like that was a vibe. That was a vibe I can subscribe to. I don't think I liked this more than Death in Her Hands because I think Death in Her Hands is more of a impressive book because of the plot of that one, and because of the plot of this one I don't think it's as impressive, but I can see why this is more popular. I guess it's also like more tampered down on like Otesha Moshfegh being gross, which if you've read Lavana, you know that this bitch can get gross, which if that's your thing, like amazing. I really liked this book. I thought it was really good. I'm really glad I read it. I'm giving it 5 stars. I think it's a really good book. I think it's like paced well. I love the writing. I liked the exploration of characters and friendships and class. It was just really interesting to me, so I liked it a lot. It's Bridgerton Day, so I probably, oh, here's my headphones. I was just wearing these. I probably am not gonna read more today. Welcome back. What am I saying? I had a full day of watching Bridgerton yesterday. It was a whole 4 hours and it was lovely. It was exciting. It was life-changing. It was the best 4 hours of my life. And I rewatched the first 2 episodes. So I've watched episodes 1 and 2 twice and episodes 3 and 4 once. So let me voice my thoughts and opinions. I really like this series so far. I really like how they have taken the book and like adapted it, because I read the book and there are some like problematic things in the book that I'm really hoping they don't adapt. Like, you know how you watch the first season of Bridgerton and you're like, that's bad. Like, why'd she do that? And then you read the book and you're like, holy shit, it's worse. Like, that's like the experience I've had with like reading the books and watching the series. So I, for the first 2 seasons, read the books afterward, and then I think I read books 1 through 5. I really don't remember, but I eventually had to stop because they're so bad. They're so problematic, and there's just so much like aggression and like abuse that goes on in these books that like people don't talk about when they talk about these books, and I want to talk about it because I think it's important, and I think that's not what I want to see in a romance. I don't want to see the guy literally like yelling and throwing things at the love interest. No. I don't want to see that. So I do like how they're handling that right now in the 3rd season. Like there's not, when someone finds something out, there's like a couple things that are found out in this season. I remember there being a big blow up reaction about it, and I can't remember if it's already happened in the first 4 episodes or if it's going to happen in the later 4 episodes, or if there's 2 different moments that I'm thinking of that both have big blow ups. I cannot recall. But in the first one, I really liked that there was not a big blow up. Like it was just like, that's a thing you shouldn't have done. That makes me angry. We're done. But I forgive you because I love you and you're the best. I still am not on Penelope's side in this season. I do want her to get married and be happy, but like I don't love her. I don't love her, you know what I mean? Like she's just a bitch and I hate her. I really am liking the Francesca plotline. Francesca is a character, I haven't read her book, and she's obviously like not really in the first 2 seasons that much, and they did recast her, and I think she's just doing such a wonderful job. I think she's really great and very different from like the other characters, and I like how she kind of like is similar to Penelope in some ways because like she's like a wallflower of sorts, and I just really like Francesca right now. I think she's fun and funky fresh. I hope to see more of Anthony and Kate because they are my faves. I know that Daphne's not coming back this season, so I'm hoping that will fill the void. At least if there's like a big moment, like a big wedding or something like that, like something big that happens if they go on a family trip, if they have a wedding, whatever. I just hope they come back. This is me surmising. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't really like the Benedict's plotline because I just am so excited for Benedict's season. I know that's gonna be my freaking season, just you all wait. I remember enjoying Benedict's book a lot, so I am really hoping they do a good job with that season, and it's starting to film in June, so I will be so excited to see those epics. He's my favorite Bridgerton, so I'm very excited to see his season. I'm not really loving what he's doing now, but he's not really having a role, so that's okay. What else? What else is going on? And I think they could do more with Eloise. I really liked that Eloise had like a big plot line in the 2nd season with like Theo and like uncovering Whistledown, but I feel like she's a little bit just like sad in this season, which I understand, but like I don't know, I want to see her take a more active role in certain things. Is that all my thoughts? Oh, and I love Violet. I love Violet Bridgerton. I love Mommy Bridgerton. I love her having a love interest. I'm obsessed with it. I do need more gayness. Like overall, there's just not enough queer representation. There's a lot of great representation, but I would love to see more queer representation. That's just my biggest gripe right now. I was holding out for Francesca to be ace or something, and then she was just quiet. Anyway, those are my thoughts and feelings on Bridgerton. Back to my update for the reading vlog. I am gonna start reading a new book today because that's what we do. We read. I just got back from running errands with my mom. I got a blister on my thumb, that's not my thumb. Ring finger yesterday from my dirty chai that I made. It was so hot that it burned my finger. But I'm gonna start fuck, I keep getting those books confused. We Were Liars today. I can get through that. It's a pretty short book from what I remember. And this is like an old booktube favorite. Like this used to be like back in the days when like there weren't that many YA books out there. This was like one of the OGs. And yeah, I guess it's just like a cult favorite. So I'm going to try that out today and see how it goes. So yeah, I will update you when I have something. We're making pizza tonight, so I'll show you my pizza, but I don't know what else I'm doing today besides reading. Probably nothing because I already posted my Instagram reel for the day. Trying to get a new angle here. So we're standing, we're vlogging, we're doing this old-fashioned way. I have read 40% of We Were Liars. I keep forgetting the title of this book. Okay, I've read 40% of it. And did I take a nap? Did I take a nap after reading like 30%? Yes, I did. And is that saying something about this book? Maybe. I'm so bored. I genuinely, like, I thought we were gonna hit banger after banger. Not that I trust TikTok that much, just like I trust myself and my own good taste in picking these books from TikTok. And I was like, a 4-star, a 5-star, gonna be another 4 or 5-star read. And I think I'm gonna DNF this book. I don't know what people are talking about. Like, people are like, it's gut wrenching, it's harrowing. I'm like, fucking boring. It's like The Summer I Turned Pretty, but like 2014. Like, it's like, which honestly, didn't The Summer I Turned Pretty actually come out in the early 2010s? Actually, don't quote me on that, but I feel like that makes sense time-wise. Actually, it might have been early 2000s. Anyway, it's dated. It's boring. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm gonna stop reading it. LOL. Life is too short for bad books. This is what I'm saying. So tomorrow, I'm gonna start another book because I have to go watch Bridgerton with my parents. But we're watching episodes 3 and 4. Very exciting. As if you know what happened in 3 and 4, it's very exciting. Every episode's exciting, let's be honest. I'm gonna start one of the other books tomorrow. I was gonna pick one right now, like right here, right now, like I was gonna put myself on the spot, but I don't think I should do that to myself. I think I should give myself the freedom tomorrow to choose what I want to read tomorrow and what I'm in the mood for. A lot of this vlog is me in this room, which is very white and plain and boring. So apologies for that, except the B-roll, I guess. Anyway, I read a fantastic book and I want to let you know about it, okay? I read Maame and I freaking loved it. Okay, I decided this would be my last book for this vlog because, oh, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? No, I think it just intrigued me the most, I guess. And it's one that I was wanting to read outside of this being a TikTok video, and I was like, kill two birds, one stone kind of vibe. I love this book. I love the genre of like not knowing who you are in your 20s and like figuring life out, coming of age in your 20s. Like I love that genre of book. And so this like fit perfectly in that little niche in my heart that I love. This is about a girl named Maddie who is in her early 20s. She's 25, I guess her mid 20s. Let's be fair. She's living at home with her dad, taking care of him as he has Parkinson's, and she is just kind of feeling lost in her life. Her life is like serving others. It is just being there, being the caregiver, being the taking care of business bitch that she is. I don't mean bitch in a negative way. I feel like some people think I mean bitch in a negative way, and I really never do. Anyway, and she's just kind of like looking to change some things in her life. Start dating, maybe get a new job, move out of the home, things like that. And it's a lot of like first steps in your life. And I really loved this book. A lot of it struck a chord with me. I really love this whole idea of like not taking care of yourself because you're taking care of others, and like spending a lot of your time in service to others and a lot of your energy in service to others. And even the name Maame is this like nickname of her that she always felt like weighted down by because it means woman, and she was called it from a young age, so she had to grow up super fast. And it's like this really big, like, not metaphor, but like motif in the book. And I'm on my knees, so I'm like struggling. But I really, really loved it. I give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Okay, I feel like I'm throwing around 5 stars these days. And maybe, maybe I am. Maybe I'm just loving life and I'm loving books and I'm loving literature. But I didn't give it a 5 star. I feel like upon reread, it might be a 5 star. I might like solidify as a 5 star. I just don't think it's an all-time favorite book. I just love this type of book. Coming of age, grief, finding yourself, romance, kind of. Just, yeah, I mean, the fact that she's an editorial assistant just kind of, it just has a je ne sais quoi to me. I love books about publishing. So yeah, that's like another thing I love. But anyway, I really enjoyed this book. I highly recommend it. If any of this like sounds interesting to you, I highly, highly recommend it. And if you're like not a big like literary fiction person, if you're not a big like no plot just vibes person, this is maybe a good book for you because it has enough going on where there's like a plot of like following this character's life, but there's not like too much. Because I don't like a lot of plot, TBH. I love a character and a setting, and that's all I love. Anyway, that is all for this reading vlog. I'm about to start another one, so I have to go do that. But I do hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, and I will see you in my next one.